Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the life of a U.S. president who was more soldier than politician, a man whose time in the White House was as brief as it was dramatic. We're talking about Zachary Taylor, America's 12th president. So, who was Zachary Taylor? Before he ever dreamed of the presidency, he was Old Rough and Ready, a nickname he earned from his troops for his casual style of dress and his willingness to share their hardships. Born in Virginia in 1784 and raised on the Kentucky frontier, Taylor's life was shaped by the military from a young age. He joined the Army in 1808 and spent the next 4 decades serving his country. He wasn't your typical West Point graduate. In fact, he wasn't a West Point graduate at all. His education was informal, but his instincts on the battlefield were legendary. He served with distinction in the War of 1812, the Black Hawk War, and the Second Seminole War. He was a career soldier, through and through, who never even voted before he ran for president. Can you imagine that happening today? Taylor's real ticket to national fame was the Mexican-American War. His decisive victories at Palo Alto and Monterrey made him a household name. But it was the Battle of Buena Vista in 1847 that truly sealed his legacy as a national hero. Vastly outnumbered by Mexican forces, Taylor's army pulled off a stunning victory. Suddenly, the Whig Party, who were looking for a candidate, saw their star. Despite having unclear political views and owning enslaved people himself, a complex part of his history, the Whigs nominated him for president in 1848. He ran with Millard Fillmore and, riding a wave of popularity, he won. President Taylor stepped into a nation deeply divided over the issue of slavery's expansion into the new territories won from Mexico. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Even though he was a slaveholder from the South, Taylor was a staunch nationalist. He believed in preserving the Union above all else. He shocked his Southern supporters by pushing for California and New Mexico to be admitted as free states, completely bypassing the territorial stage. This infuriated pro-slavery leaders who threatened secession. But Taylor didn't back down. He famously said he would lead the army himself to crush any rebellion. He was a soldier, remember? But fate had other plans. On a scorching 4th of July in 1850, after attending a long ceremony at the Washington Monument, Taylor consumed iced milk and a large quantity of cherries. He fell gravely ill with a stomach ailment, and just 5 days later, he passed away. His presidency lasted only 16 months. His sudden death left the Great Compromise of 1850 to be handled by his successor, Millard Fillmore, forever changing the course of American history. Zachary Taylor remains one of history's great what-ifs. A tough soldier who became a surprisingly stubborn president, his brief time in office was a critical turning point in the march towards the Civil War. What do you think? Could he have prevented the conflict if he had lived? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from history. We'll see you in the next video.